Okay, so I usually like every once in a while like go through to see what's new on Netflix. Sorry, and they just added BEASTARS. I keep thinking bastards, and they're just pronouncing it BEASTARS. I don't know why, but it's actually supposed to be like Beast and Star. I'm guessing, which is very briefly actually mentioned in the fucking anime, at least the first season. We will get a second season of BEASTARS. I still feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. Because at the end of like the 12th episode we get like see you second season soon something. I don't, so we're gonna get another season anyway. I don't know how to describe the show to you or really what it's about. Now I had never heard of it until I watch a lot of like anime like clips on YouTube, so of course it recommends me them, and then I got a few of those, and the ones I got I kind of went in blind. Like I did know about certain things. Like I did know about Haru and Ruiz, and Legoshi and Haru, and I did know about the Legoshi and Luna. Not Luna. Why am I saying Luna? Juno. I don't know. I'm thinking Luna. So I already knew about that. Yeah, but other than that, I didn't know anything about the show. So I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be hard to describe this show to you. It's gonna be a very simplified explanation because I'm still a little bit confused on the plot. Now, so basically, I guess I say our main character was Legoshi, who is a gray wolf, and basically, let me paint this for you. It's a show of like the animal world, but they're all kind of like humanoids. So they have kind of like humanoid bodies, but like covered in fur, and they got claws and animal heads and that kind of shit. But for the most part, they have like a very humanoid from like neck down, mostly. So, uh, there's that, and then obviously there's carnivores and herbivores, and they're trying to live in harmony. So of course, eating meat is outlawed. It's illegal. Because, well, okay, obviously, I should have to explain that to you, but guess what? It's gonna be a big theme of this show. Sorry, I have to keep clearing my throat for some reason. So, Legoshi is a gray wolf. He is very kind of like gloomy. He's very tall and lanky. And he's kind of like hunched over walking at the time, which just makes me think he has a fucked up back or something. I don't know why he's always hunching over. I also don't know why I have a fur ball in my hair. Anyway. No, I can probably guess why there's fur ball in my hair. So yeah. Basically, hold on, my nose is bleeding. I guess I'm purposely tilting the camera away because you don't need to be seeing me put tissues up my nose for like a second. I apologize. Hopefully, I didn't get that in shot. I mean, I can see what you're seeing right now because, like, I can see. There's no way to not explain that exactly as I just explained it. Like, I'm just repeating myself. I'm an idiot. Anyway. So, yeah, Legoshi's our main character. He's a gray wolf. And, he's very gloomy. And we don't really get any of his past. Like, the last two episodes, we get a very small bit of information about, something like his grandpa taught him to do something, which is to hide money in his shoe. That's pretty much all we get from him. Oh, it's my dad's putting down a new floor in the hallway because the dogs kept peeing on it, so of course it's soaked through and he has to replace it. And it's not quite done yet, so you just hear like someone walking on it, and then obviously like someone sitting on a toilet. Anyway. Oh sure, sorry about that. So I was wondering what the fuck that was for a second. So yeah, other than that, you don't really get much information about Legoshi, but he seems to be, he's very mild, and he kind of, he always tries to act very mild. It's almost like he's afraid of himself, of being a carnivore, and his instincts and that kind of thing. And actually, we open up with a show, which I don't like the way they did it. Whereas the open up is an alpaca, Tem, who is in the drama club, who Legoshi is also in the drama club. And he's running down a hallway, bleeding, like running on staircases. Like, obviously he's running from someone. and you see him get eaten. Like, you don't see him get eaten, but they zoom in on, like, the teeth opening and, like, a mouth. Like that kind of like the thing. You just see, like, the teeth. So it's obvious he's eaten. And there's kind of in the background there's these devouring incidents going around. And he's kind of, like, one of them. And then they don't really mention it. Like, you mention it once or twice, but other than that, like, you don't get any new leads on it. It's just every once in a while, like, he'll be like, oh, remember that incident with Tim? Tem, by the way, Tem. And, yeah. But the way they... the reason I don't like the way they did it is they showed the silhouette of whoever did it. But you know how, like, sometimes they'll hide anime characters by a silhouette, but the silhouette is so obviously defined by certain characteristics, you know who the fuck it is right away? Well, they kind of do that, where it's pretty obvious. I mean, who knows, maybe it could be someone else, but I'm pretty fucking sure I know it's certain who it is. And I kind of feel like spoiling it because, like, they don't reveal who it actually is, by the way. They don't. That's left open when the first season ends. But it's just so fucking obvious that I'm just like, if it's not him, I will legitimately be shocked. So it's kind of a spoiler, but yeah. Fucking Bill. Bill's a tiger. Clearly it's a silhouette of, like, a tiger or a feline or something like that. Some big, tall, muscular, like, feline-looking motherfucker. And it's all blacked out. So, like, his body is mostly black. So we're not supposed to tell who it is. But they have, like, a white outline because he's kind of, like, it looks like he's in a classroom or something, and then, like a projector light is shining behind him or something like that, so you see, like, a white light outline of his body. Like, it's just so fucking obvious it's probably this dude. But, like, I don't feel bad spoiling it. Like, because you're gonna see that and then see Bill later and you're gonna go, it's you, motherfucker. Why are you hiding this? It's pretty fucking obvious. It's probably you. Anyway. So, I don't know how to describe the show other than, like, it's these humanoid animals. There's, like, the devouring incidents going around. And they're at, like, a school. I'm assuming kind of like a high school type of thing. And Lego's just constantly battling his, like, instincts, and then he kind of has to figure out what he feels for Haru. Like, he kind of thinks he likes her, but at the same time, he's not sure if that's... Like, he kind of tries to eat her at one point. In the very beginning of the episode. Like, he smells her, kind of goes berserk for a second, almost eats her, but manages to stop himself. And then he kind of accidentally runs into her again, going to do something for the drama club. They need flowers or some shit, so they need to go talk to the flower club. She's the only person in the fucking flower club. So then he interacts with her, and he's always wondering, like, I need to tell her, but, like, I want to get closer to her, but I don't know why. So there's a bunch of that. There's a bunch of him, like, he's always, like, battling his self. It's like he hates to be what he is. So that's kind of like a big thing. And then Haru, another big thing is she's constantly bullied. She is the school slut. And you do figure out later episodes why she kind of is. And it kind of makes sense why she is. It's not so much a pleasure thing as like an actual emotional kind of dependency type of thing. Like, she... it's hard to explain, and I kind of don't want to spoil it, and I can't really explain it anyway. But, like, there's an actual reason for that, and then she's getting bullied a lot, and her and Legoshi kind of get closer together, but she likes someone else, but then that person's kind of, like, has their own shit going on, and then you have Juno, who's introduced kind of, like, midway in the episode, and she likes Legoshi. She's a female gray wolf, as well as he, you know, he's same species, basically, so she likes him, and there's all that, and there's this... It's a lot of, like... It's hard to explain. Like, it's very obvious kind of what they're going for lesson-wise. This kind of society that's just... It's barely holding together because of the very principles of, you know, prey and predator. But it's also so subtly obvious that I can't really describe it. Because, like, I pretty much said everything I need to say. And I still can't fucking get it. You're probably like, wait, what is it about then? Like, what? And I'm just like, I don't know how to tell you. I'm sorry. But basically, it's kind of an interesting show. Even if you've seen a few clips of it, you're not going to get everything that's going to happen. I do want to see the second season. the art style. It does change art styles every once in a while. Like, it's kind of got this like watercolory ink, no, I think watercolor is a better way to describe it. Like in 1 minute, and then you have like the opening. It's kind of like this almost felt puppetry type of thing, and then the rest of the show is, I think it's called cell shading. And the only reason I know or recognize an art style like that is because one of my favorite games is Jet Set Radio Future for the Xbox, which by the way is hard to fucking find. The only reason I got it and I even ever heard of it is because I wanted an Xbox really bad, so I got the original. My parents bought me one from Costco, and it came with a free game, which was like some, I want to say like Sega GT or like some fucking racing car game that I like tried to play but never got into. And then, you know how there's sometimes 2 games in one? And well, the other one was the full Jet Set Radio Future. So it became like one of my favorite fucking games ever. And the style they use, I think, is actually called cell shading. So when I say that, I'm like, it's cell shading Jet Set. So I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about art. Yeah, but most of the show is kind of like the 3D cell shading. And there are moments where it looks really nice, and the moments where it looks really awkward. But I don't know if that's just me in general, where, like, I don't like 3D. I don't. It just always looks so fucking awkward most of the time. And I do think it looks nice most of the time, but, like, the way some of the animals talk, it just feels weird how they open their mouths. I don't know. But then there are really nice moments where, like, Rios is on stage, and he's also kind of, like, backlit, like I was just describing. But he's, like, actually lit up on stage. But yes, he does kind of have, like, a whitish shine to him because of the fucking backlights, the stage lights. Where it looks really nice there. But it's not a bad-looking show. But I like how it switches its art style every once in a while. I like how it'll kind of bounce around from other characters. Usually it irritates the shit out of it. Usually I just want to stay with one fucking character. But, yeah. But mostly it focuses on Haru and Legoshi and Rios, and then every once in a while you'll have another character pop in. But for the most part, it's kind of like those 3. Other characters, Haru is she is was it Northern Dwarf, something Dwarf? No, Netherland Dwarf, there we go. Rabbit. And she's supposed to be kind of like meek and mild, but she's not. She's very upfront, not apologetic, and she's bullied. She's one of those, like, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care if you have a problem with me. So what? I'm not gonna stop. And then you have Rios, who's very prideful for a deer, and we actually get more of his past than any of the other fucking characters, really. And it kind of makes sense why he's very prideful. And then, you have a few other characters, but for the most part, it's just kind of those 3 you're actually mostly interested in, and then the ads will show up eventually. Like, we show a little bit of, like I said, you don't get much information on Legoshi, but you get a little bit of Legoshi's backstory from Jack, who is a golden retriever, and I guess like a childhood friend or something, and you only get like still images, and it's like Legoshi like holding a bug or something, or bugs, and Jack's saying like he's always kind of been just gloomy, and then Jack's like very friendly. And you can tell he worries about Legoshi. And Legoshi's, he's acting a little bit differently, so, Legoshi's even more kind of like gloomy than usual, and his personality's changing, and then just stuff going on in the drama club, and like the incidents happening in the background, so that, like, the Heroes is kind of afraid of, like, there are other crimes going on. You do see, like, another crime. And like a news report on another crime in the background, and there's always like a tension, and the predators are always like, they're always feared, like even if they're not like outwardly running away and cowering, like either the herbivores are kind of like backing away a little bit, or they're like kind of keeping an eye on them, doing like talking to someone and then like looking at them like you see some characters doing in anime. Anyway.
Would you lay your butt down and sit down, please, so I can do my thing? Pretty please, thank you. My little snuggle butt. Go on. Thank you.
Anyway. So, but yeah, and then you kind of have like news stories going on. You don't figure out who the devourer is, and then it kind of leaves off with the will they won't they with Haru and Legoshi. But you don't really get a resolution. You get kind of a I want to say like a stalemate between them, and then you get an ending shot of like someone's in the bathroom. They come out, and we're seeing through their eyes, like we're actually literally seeing what they're seeing right now, and quite clearly they look like they're about as tall as Legoshi, maybe taller, and they're actually looking at him, and he's talking to them like, "Hey, let's go." And why are you laughing? Is what he says, and then it ends. And then it's like this ominous fucking red text, like, "We'll see you next season." No, no, no. You know. Anyway, I know I'm not good at describing things usually, and this one especially, it's hard to describe because it's such a simple premise. But it's one of those, like, it's so simple it becomes complicated because you overthink shit kind of shows. And it kind of feels like nothing really gets resolved, but they kind of do it on purpose. And, you know, just, I don't know. I liked it. I want to see the second season. I hope they do one. And, like, usually if a show has an end card that says see you next season or coming soon or, you know, various other ways of fucking saying the same thing I'm just trying to say now, they will get another season. But then again, there are some shows where, like, they do a heavy cliffhanger and I'm just like, are we going to get another show? And then years later we get nothing. I'm just like, fuck you. It's the only show I really, really, really like that I never get another season of. Or shows I'm kind of interested in to only find out they're fucking canceled. Like, I kind of got into Moonlight. That was fucking canceled. I kind of got into another show. I can't remember what it was called. But that was fucking canceled. And it shows I tried really hard to get into, but has so many seasons, I'm just like, no. Like Supernatural, I tried, no. I got in there. I think I got some good amount of episodes in there. Satan came out. And he was trying to steal Sam's spoiler. But, like, it's not it's a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler, because, like, if you're gonna do Satan as, like, a villain in the show, wouldn't he be, like, the end boss? Or one of the end bosses? No, they just randomly put him in, like, the third fucking season or something, and you're just like, I think there's, like, what, 7 or 8 seasons? Why? What'd you put him right? I gave up on that one. That was a ramble. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I think it's an interesting show. They just put it on Netflix. It is obviously, they have Japanese or whatever the fuck languages. I'm assuming it's Japanese. I wasn't really paying attention. I've gotten to the point where sometimes I don't notice what languages people are speaking. I just know I don't speak it. I like the flow of the words. And thank God there's English subtitles because I'm a fucking idiot. I listen to English speaking shows with English subtitles. I always put on subtitles. Always. Because I hate, like, if someone mispronounces, or I think, like, I'll think I'll say one thing when they don't, or sometimes, like, I'm kind of watching, but I'm kind of not, but I still want subtitles because it helps me focus more, and I'm also so used to it because it's, like, subtitles for anime, so I have to have that. I don't like if I don't like it, because then I have to be, like, this close to the TV, like, what are they saying? And I have to play the rewind game because I can't stand it if I don't understand what the fuck people are saying. Anyway. But yeah, there's 12 episodes. They just put it on Netflix. Okay, aside from that, for anyone that cares, my family is okay. None of us have the virus, the coronavirus that's going around. We're all fine. Well, I would say self-quarantine, but I'm always self-quarantined, so it doesn't really fucking affect me. We have what we need. We're okay. No one's sick. I am a little bit worried because my sister works with kids, so she has to go out a lot. And then my mom and dad, they were trying to get toilet paper because, everything's sold out everywhere. So they go, and then of course my dad's still working. He has one of those jobs where, like, I don't think it's ever going to get closed down. I don't think he's ever going to get laid off because it's one of those very important jobs that no one wants to do. I don't know exactly what the fuck my dad does. I know it's something to do with sanitation. That's it. I've been to his work. I've seen some of the things he do. that was like fucking years ago. I never asked him what an official job title was. I don't know. But it's one of those jobs where, like, I don't expect him to be like, suddenly, okay, we're closing down for like, no, he's gonna have to be there no matter what every day because it's one of those jobs. So I'm a little bit worried about him, especially because he's older. He's like a senior citizen now, and just like I'm a little worried because there are, you know, like my mom was probably a high risk, my dad's a high risk. We also have a kid in the house, and just like I don't know, like I'm kind of worried, but I think we're gonna be okay. Anyway, I hope all of you are okay. I hope, for love of God, please don't be fucking idiots and, you know, be like, oh, I'm totally fine. I'm like, like, no, dude, it doesn't matter how old you are. You're at risk for catching a disease, especially one where we don't have a cure yet. Doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. If you don't have to go out to get something, or like you don't have to go to work, if you can work from home, please work from home. You may not be worried about catching it, but if you live with someone, they could catch it. It's possible you could show no signs and still pass it on to someone else. Like, we know nothing about this virus right now, so please, like, once you get home, you know, take off your clothes, go wash them, you know, go take a shower. If you buy products, like, if you can, like, let them soak, it's like, or soap and water, like, something to clean them off, just be safe. Like, that's a paranoid thing I would do. You probably don't have to. You know, if you have masks and you don't need them, maybe consider donating things you don't need. And what I mean by that is, like, if you bought masks, they don't do anything to protect you. So, like, I would highly suggest, like, actually donating that, something like that, like I said, especially masks, if you do not need it, because it doesn't really do anything for you, is to donate it to hospitals who actually do need that stuff. Because they are at kind of like the highest risk, because obviously they work in a fucking hospital. So, of course, no matter what, they're going to be exposed, even worse now. But, you know, stay inside, self-quarantine if you can, work from home if you can. Try to not use as much stuff as you usually do. Like, kind of hunker down. Even if you have plenty of whatever, trying to, like, make it last. Make it last. Make sure you shower once you get home if you have to go out. You just basically stay safe and don't be a fucking idiot. And, you know, just because you have it doesn't mean you can't pass it on to someone else, right? Or you don't have it. Like what? I think they say you can actually go a couple weeks without showing any symptoms, and then all of a sudden you have it. Basically, what they're saying is stay home if you can. Unless you have, like, trouble breathing, don't go to the hospital. Like, unless it's something very serious, like, okay, like shortness of breath, that kind of stuff, I think. I don't know. Just look on the news. They tell you pretty much everything you need to know. Just, basically what I'm saying is stay safe. I'm okay right now if you care. And, hopefully we'll find a vaccine soon, and things will at least get a little bit better if more people take this seriously. That being said, please do not lose your fucking minds. Do not go rob people. Do not lose your fucking mind. Like, act like a decent person. It's okay to have a little bit of worry. It's not okay to lose your shit and stop trampling people in aisles. That's not okay. Okay, I think I've ranted enough. You can tell I've been... Like, even if I don't watch the news, like, it's everywhere, so I end up hearing the same story over and over, which is a good thing, but at the same time, like, I don't need to be aware that the apocalypse is coming, you know? Like, I kind of want to be the ignorant moron sometimes, but, you know. Where is this going? Nowhere. It is going nowhere. This is like 17 minutes, and now it's 24, going on 20, like 25, like, I'm ranting too much. Anyway, stay safe, bye.